Okay, so here I am with my first braids video, my first hair video. So here I'm showing you guys my parts that I had did with my freshly washed hair. I washed my hair and then I flat ironed it with a wet dry flat iron. So here I am just putting the oil into my scalp because you want to make sure that your scalp is oiled and moisturized for these braids. You want to make sure your hair is nice and moisturized. Remember, your hair is going to be locked into braids. I don't know how long you want to keep these braids in. I usually keep these braids in for about a month to 2 months, but we'll see. And I'm just combing it out just to make sure everything is straight. So here we are onto the braids part. This part is going to be super simple. I use the color brown, the color 30 brown, and this pack here is the 48-inch pre-stretched Xpressions hair. It comes with 2 bundles per pack. So I used 5 bundles in total, with the fifth one, me not really using it, so I ended up putting it back in the pack. So, and that means I use actually 3 packs exactly. But the last pack, so I really kind of used only 2, because I barely touched the last pack. So here I am just showing you guys how I just showed you guys how I pulled the hair apart to get the parts. I'm taking the shine jam and I'm putting it into my hair just to make sure my hair is nice and smooth inside of the braid. Um, I'm also working with about 3-day-old hair, from when it was freshly washed, but it's still pretty much good. It's still pretty good. I wrapped it. So here you guys see I did a loop and I put that loop around the rubber band that is holding my hair. And so I'm going to use my hair as a third piece for the braid. And so that's how you get the braiding hair to lock into your hair. And that's why I use a rubber band, because it makes it so much easier for it to grip my hair. I don't have a really good grip like that. I'm still like in the beginning stages of braiding and hair and things like that. So I use the rubber band method. So that is why. So here I am just braiding, and I'm going to show you guys how you're going to split the braiding hair for it to kind of like attach to your real hair in order for your real hair to lock into the braid. So I'm just going to split one of those pieces. And also you want to make sure you tie up the hair that's not braided yet so it won't get in the way of you braiding. And also you don't want to have one braid that has 2 parts in it. So with my last braids, I ended up getting 2 of the parts into one braid and it looked kind of wonky. So I want to make sure I don't make that same mistake. Um, so yeah, here I am just braiding down this braid after I've already split it into 3. So this braid is pretty much done. And I just want to note that the braids part actually doesn't take that long. It takes about 3 hours, and it just actually depends on the size too. Like if you get really tiny braids and really tiny parts, then it's definitely gonna take longer. But these were like medium parts, I would say. So they weren't that small, they weren't that big. And these braids also, they're not super huge, but they're not super small either. So I would say they're like medium size. Each braid in my head is a different size, so I can't say that they're all one size. So I only did 2 braids because I did not want this video to be super long. So this is going to be the second video. I mean, this is going to be the second braid that I do, and I like that I kind of messed up on it so you guys can, like, when you're doing braids for the first time, you're not a professional, so you mess up. I just want to show you guys how to correct your mistake just in case you do mess up. So here I'm just taking out the piece that I need for my hair. I showed you guys the loop once again. I'm going to take a little bit of that shine jam, put it on my regular hair so my hair can be nice and smooth inside of the braid. So I'm going to take that loop and put it around the rubber band part of my hair. And then I'm going to take my regular hair and I'm going to put it into the braid, just as I did with the previous braid. Sometimes hair for some reason was really tangled, so you see me kind of like pulling down. If the hair gets really tangled up, what you can do is like braid down and continue to pull your fingers down like you see me doing there. My daughter's in the background because she was in the closet, so she wants to make it known that she's there. So I got to the middle of this braid and realized that my hair was not actually locked into the braid. So what I did was stop and I sort of took out the rest of it because I couldn't get it to kind of like smooth onto the braid. So I am here I am taking the braid out so that I can continue to get my hair into the braid. Now, what you could do is add a little bit of extra shine jam if you want. I didn't do that. I just kind of redid my parts that I already done. So I redid the split basically of the braid so that I can get my hair to tie into the braid. I know that sounds kind of weird, but basically what I did was I went back and switched the part that had my hair tied down. So I'm just gonna finish this down. And like I said, the braids was fairly quick. They did not take me that long. I want to say they took me about 3 hours to do. Um, 3 to 4 hours because I was also babysitting my nephews. So it took me a little bit longer to do. The next part you want to do, I'm actually finished with my braids, but I just wanted to talk briefly about putting your hair in the hot water set. You want to make sure that you boil some water, put it into a bowl, and then put your braids into that bowl so that your braids can be nice and locked. Don't forget that step. So here I already done that. My ends are a little bit wavy because I had just took them out of the water, and that's how you get your braids to lock. It's called a hot water set. And you can definitely look on the package too where it explains how to do that. So I'm just showing you guys my Vigoro mousse. Once my hair is finished, I'm going to put this mousse on my hair. Now this mousse is specifically for girls with curly hair so that your hair will be nice and straight inside that braid. So if you have really curly hair like mine or 4C hair, you want to use the one that says curls on the bottom. So of course I'm going to take my new growth, my wild growth, new growth, and I'm going to put that oil in my scalp just to make double sure that my hair is nice and moisturized. I also put some in the back as well just to make sure the back of my hair is not forgotten. And then I have my Salon Pro braid sheen here, and what the braid sheen does is make your parts look really nice and shiny, and it also makes your braids smell really good because it has a really amazing smell. So like I said, guys, you don't want to forget about that hot water set part. And here I'm just showing you guys a little cute style that I do. So I hope you enjoy this video. Like and share, please.